What's good, sports fans? Are you ready to elevate your live entertainment experience? Well, let me introduce you to SeatGeek, an amazing platform that connects you to your favorite events while saving you money. With SeatGeek, you can easily find tickets for sports games, concerts, and so much more, all in one place. The interface is user-friendly, making it simple to browse and compare prices. And one of the best features is the interactive seating chart. You can see exactly where you'll be sitting and how much you'll be spending, ensuring you get the best value for your money. But here's the best part. Check this out. By using my promo code, ChalkItUpSports, you can enjoy a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. That's right, $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Imagine catching that thrilling game or concert without breaking the bank. It's a win-win situation. Plus, you'll be a part of a community of fans who eat, sleep, and breathe live events just as much as you do. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to download the SeatGeek app today. And don't forget to use my promo code ChalkItUpSports for a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. Get excited. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah. What's good? This is your boy Tone DeShields the second. You guys are locked in on your dose of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game, man. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy, man. We are live right now. The NFL draft is in full effect. The countdown is here. San Francisco 49ers are on the board. Man, first of all, how you guys feeling? How you guys feeling about yesterday's draft, right? 32 players' lives were changed. One of them being Makai Lemon. He thought he was going to Pittsburgh, but you got to go about 5 hours east, and then you'll find yourself in Philadelphia. So Makai Lemon, I had some time to sleep on it, had some time to think about it, and I'm really optimistic about Adam Makai Lemon. I feel like Makai Lemon is a talented player that has tremendous upside in terms of what he can do in this offense with Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley. I just think Makai Lemon just gives the Philadelphia Eagles a ton of versatility at that slot position, because I think as much as we thought we had it, we've never really had a true slot receiver. Jahan Dotson isn't really a natural slot receiver. Quez Watkins was never really a slot receiver. He wasn't really about getting shifty in the middle of the field. Jahan, same thing. Zach Pascal was never really a true slot receiver. Olamide Zaccheaus, maybe the closest, but even then, I don't feel like Olamide Zaccheaus was like a legit slot receiver or a modern slot receiver. When you think about the way Amon-Ra St. Brown is used in the route concepts, he's able to utilize, and Puka Nacua. And a guy like Jalen Waddle, right? Jalen Waddle is so gritty in the slot. Like, there's guys that are just different in how they move. And I think a guy like Makai Lemon is going to fit really well into what the Philadelphia Eagles are trying to do going forward. Now, we don't know everything about Sean Mannion's offense and what direction is particularly going to go in. But when you think about the connection to the Matt LaFleur's and the Shanahan connection and the Sean McVay connection, you have to be optimistic about how this offense is going to look. I think it's going to be wide open. It's going to be spaced out. I think you're going to see Devontae Smith be able to get it done on all three levels. You're going to see uh, Makai Lemon being utilized in that intermediate and that short level, and occasionally going deep. I just can't wait, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Make sure you guys smash that like button, and make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well, man. It means a lot to me. It goes a long way. I know you guys got a ton of options right now to tune into the draft, and you guys are tuned into me. So, right now, San Francisco is on the board. And based on what I'm seeing here, San Francisco, they need an offensive tackle. They need edge rusher. They need wide receiver. They need a center. They need a safety. And if my memory serves me correct, I don't think San Fran had a pick in the first round. Let me double check this. Yeah, San Fran didn't have a pick in the first round. So this is going to be this is going to be the 49ers' first pick of this draft. And with Ayuk being a guy that is probably out the door, you brought in Mike Evans. You did bring in Osa Odigizua at D tackle, right? At receiver, you got Ricky Pearsall. You still got Rashad Jennings. I think you did lose Bryce Huff, who retired. I wouldn't be surprised if the 49ers go edge here. They may go safety on the board, or they may go DB. On the board, you got a guy like Jermod McCoy, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Let's see what we got here. So is the pick in? The pick is in. The pick is in for the San Francisco 49ers. Let's see who they got here. P, my man Werv, he says, Tone, what we thinking about this round for the Eagles? That's a good question. So when I think about the Philadelphia Eagles in this context, I think the Philadelphia Eagles, I think they got to go O-line today. They got to go O-line. You got to go best available, though. And I think that's what's most important. You got to go best available. You got to get the most talented guys on the roster, and you figure it out from there. Like, I saw people getting upset and pissed off at the Philadelphia Eagles for not drafting an offensive lineman on day one. And I wasn't mad about it because if you saw what happened, all the offensive linemen quite literally were coming off the board. All of them. They were literally dropping like flies off the board. So I would be more upset if the Philadelphia Eagles forced a pick or forced fed us an offensive lineman who they didn't really believe in or who wasn't really high on their draft board instead of going to get a guy who's high on their draft board, a talented player. That's how I look at it. You go get the most talented player. So as far as San Fran goes, who's going to be the guy they get? And they go wide receiver, and I'm not surprised. We know Brandon Ayuk is out the door. They go get De'Zhaun Streebling. 6'2", 207 pounds, rangy dude. Let me try to find out more about this guy. De'Zhaun Streebling. How you pronouncing this dude name? Streebling. Okay. Wide receiver out of Ole Miss. All right, De'Zhaun Streebling. 6'2", 207 pounds. Senior. He's coming off of a season where he had 55 catches, 811 receiving yards, 6 receiving touchdowns. He ran a 4.36 40. Woo! Yeah, he's quick. Tall dude. Athletic. A 1.53 10-yard split. The only thing is, he wasn't in the top 10 of prospects at the receiver, so they must really like this guy. And also, he is like a true X. 6'2", 207. That's kind of how you want him built. Wingspan 76, almost 77 inches. 32-inch arms. So let's see here. He was a 3-star athlete coming out of high school, according to 24/7 Sports. Rivals.com had him as a 2-star. And let me read his draft profile. It says here, DeJohn Stribling's best reps are the ones where he gets vertical in a hurry and makes corners pay for giving him space. When defensive backs play off or bail at the snap, he closes that cushion fast with his long stride and forces them into a recovery they cannot win. The 75-yard reception against Georgia in the Sugar Bowl was textbook. He stacked the corner cleanly, tracked the deep ball over his shoulder, and hit top gear without breaking stride. On intermediate crossers and deep comebacks, he shows real feel for settling into the right depth against zone, and his hands are trustworthy when the ball arrives in traffic. Those are starter-level traits that translate early. The short area game still needs refinement, and his hips stay too high on underneath breaks. But things he does well, he does at a high level. The strongest argument for Stribling is the improvement arc across his college career. His 2025 tape at Ole Miss looks nothing like his early Washington State film. The routes are crisper. The drops nearly vanished. He showed he could handle the speed of the SEC competition without the production dipping. So Stribling is a talented player. James Conner, who y'all picking at Arizona? Let's see. Arizona, Chase Besantis, guard out of Texas A&M. These picks are flying in. These picks are flying in quick, but also I think this helped for the simple fact that they cut the clock down. As a matter of fact, how did you guys feel about the NFL draft cutting the clock down? Jay Knight says Hollywood and Elijah Moore won't be here next year, so it's a good move, even though I wanted safety round 1. Look, you got to go best available, and I don't think you pass up Makai Lemon if he's that high on your draft board. And I respect Howie for going to get the guy. Right? He didn't stray away from it. He knew the guy he wanted, and he went and got him. He traded to go get him. I like someone who has the courage of their convictions. Go get the player that you want. Simple as that. Which King of Angmar says Makai Lemon's at the Sixers game? Oh, that's flawed. That's tough. But yeah, the Arizona Cardinals got the guard. Says Chase Besantis was an offensive tackle for the Aggies before becoming a starting guard during his past 2 seasons. He has the power to hold up the interior of the line with a strong base and good hip flexion. Besantis is able to get to the edge and the second level where he can reestablish his base and play low to high. He consistently keeps his feet running and looks to clean up blocks. In pass protection, Besantis' strong core allows him to maintain balance and anchor. At times, he can be slow to punch and will allow defenders into his chest, but has the strength to absorb the contact and recover. Let's see what Buffalo does. Buffalo needs linebackers, wide receivers. Buffalo could use offensive line, some corners, edge rusher help. Tiffany says Smitty is there with Lemon. That's tough. I like that. Werv says I was still struggling to stay up, but you could tell it felt faster. Oh yeah, for sure. So far, we already on the 3rd pick, and the first 2 picks was quick. It seemed like Arizona made their pick fast, and already Buffalo's about to make their pick. Jay Knight says Makai Lemon wore a custom 06ers jersey. Humble Servant says, I was upset last night, but I'm good now. I wanted edge or safety. I see what you mean. I get it. We all had our purposes, right? All right, here we go. The Bills pick is in. And the Buffalo Bills select edge rusher T.J. Parker out of Clemson. That's tough. That's tough. Let's see how good T.J. Parker is. All right. T.J. Parker, 6'4", 263 out of Clemson. Says Parker broke Clemson's true freshman record for tackles for loss. He had 12 and a half in 2023 and set the single season record for forced fumbles with 6 in 2024. Though his numbers took a dip in 2025, he performed well enough at the Senior Bowl and tested well at the Combine. He has the length to keep blockers off his frame and can shed blocks at the top of his rush. He does a good job of straight arming linemen. Parker needs to develop counter pass rush moves and continue to add to his repertoire. He does a good job setting the edge of defense. They compared him to Trey Hendrickson. I mean, he's 6'4", 263. He definitely got size, for sure. Probably more of a power guy rather than a finesse guy. But look, they needed help on the D-line. So right now I'm seeing the Raiders on the clock, but I'm also hearing that a trade just happened. And I see it. The Raiders just traded their second-round pick to Houston. Okay. All right. Now, the Texans, they took the guard out of Georgia Tech, Keelan Rutledge, in the first round. They needed offensive line help. Don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong, but, man, Raiders probably could have used that pick. Eagles Uncensored says, Tone was good, bro. Long time. Hope all is well with you and the fam. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. That's love. Thank you. Thank you, man. Hope all is well. For those of y'all that are just coming in, how did you feel about the Makai Lemon pick? How do you guys feel about it today? Matter of fact, do me this favor. How did you guys feel about the Makai Lemon pick when it first happened? And then how did you feel about it? How do you feel about it today? Because initially when it happened, I was like, okay, interesting. I thought they would go offensive lineman, but like I said, when I saw all the offensive linemen coming off the board as quickly as they were, at that point, I knew they weren't going to force their hand. And Howie Roseman said it. He told us all offseason, he's not going to force a position just because they need it. He's not going to do it. All right. Tiffany Simpson. Tiff, you moving kind of fast, girl. Tiffany said the Texans selected defensive tackle Caden McDonald with the number 36th overall pick. Caden McDonald. Let me see here. Caden McDonald, Ohio State. 6'2", 326. Let's see. Big dude. 4-star athlete coming out of high school. It says Caden McDonald is a throwback nose tackle in an era obsessed with pass rushers, and there is real value in that. Watch his film against Washington, and you will see a man who simply refuses to be moved, absorbing double teams like they are minor inconveniences, while collapsing running lanes from the inside. His run defense grades out as elite, and this is not an exaggeration. Offensive coordinators will abandon their ground game by halftime when he's controlling the A-gaps. And that kind of disruption changes how defenses can operate. He is the guy who makes 3rd and 1 feel like 3rd and 5 for opposing offenses. The question with McDonald is whether his pass rush can develop enough to keep him on the field for 3 downs. Right now, his interior pressure comes almost exclusively from bull rushing, and NFL guards will diagnose that quickly. His pass rush grades out closer to average, reflecting a player who is effective in certain situations but limited in his overall toolkit. The good news is that his functional strength is so overwhelming that even when his technique falters, he can push the pocket backward and take away the quarterback's ability to step up. Smart defensive coordinators will pair him with explosive edge rushers who can feast on one-on-ones while McDonald eats up blocks inside. Smart move. Smart move for the Houston Texans. You just paid Will Anderson, right? And on top of that, Houston's defense was the best in the league last year, by far. By far. I mean, their defense was spectacular. And when you think about what they have right now, Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter on the edge, Sheldon Rankins at D tackle. They got Azeez Al-Shaair, Derek Stingley, and Jalen Petrie. They added Reed Blankenship, Kamari Lassiter. That defense, they're going to be, it's going to be hell. It's going to be hell trying to run on Houston. It's going to be hell for the quarterbacks as well. DLJ says if Makai Lemon can put 10 pounds on, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Wow. CB says the Makai Lemon pick was a good pick. Overall, we don't know what this new offense will look like yet. No, we don't. All we can do is kind of speculate. And overall, it was we have to think about what Sean McVay did with that offense, Matt LaFleur. You got to think about the Kyle Shanahan type of offenses. You got to think about it like that. A lot of motion, play action, crossing routes. A lot of quick routes. A lot of creativity with those route concepts. I think we're going to see Makai Lemon being used a lot of different ways to get that ball in his hands because he runs like a running back. He moves like a running back. Katie McDonald, man, career 91 tackles, 12 TFLs, 3 sacks, 2025 first team AP All-American. All right, the New York Giants pick is in. All right. TDK says Colton Hood to the Giants. Really? Colton Hood to the Giants. Wow, the pick is already in. Ain't that something? Colton Hood. Let's find out about him. Make sure you guys smash that like button and make sure you are subscribed here. Colton Hood out of Tennessee. Corner, 6 feet, 193. My fault, y'all. Hold on one second. Let's see here. Colton Hood corner. Okay. 6 feet, 193. 40. Oh, he's an athlete. Ran a 4.440, a 40-inch vertical. It says here, Colton Hood's best football is played within 10 yards of the line. where his press technique, jam strength, and diagnostic ability combine to make him a nightmare for receivers trying to get into their routes clean. The coverage grades back it up. His man-to-man work grade graded out at an excellent level, and his overall coverage marks ranked among the best in the SEC. That combination of physical tools and coverage instincts is not something you can teach. The fit that makes the most sense is a defense that plays a heavy dose of man coverage on the outside, but also asks its corners to sit in cover two flats and reads the quarterback eyes. Hood showed real comfort carrying receivers to zones and triggering on underneath throws during his time in Tennessee schemes. And his closing speed makes him dangerous as a flat defender who can rally and take away the short stuff. Zone-heavy quarters concepts where he can read and react also suit the skill set because his route recognition and break-on-the-ball ability are ahead of schedule for a player with his limited starting experience. The return ability dating back to high school days adds a dimension that gets him on the field from day one, even if the defensive snaps need to be earned. Here's the deal with Hood. The tools are legitimate. The speed is legitimate. The ball skills and competitive streak are legitimate. The concerns are legitimate as well. The limited starting experience, the inconsistent tackling and the penalties, the struggles tracking the ball on deep throws. But this is a player who held Ted McMillan to 38 yards, who had receivers at the Senior Bowl calling him the toughest cover they faced all year, and who stepped into a starting role at an SEC program and immediately performed at a high level. Not a bad pick for the Giants. Not a bad pick at all. Potent Hood. I got him at 6 feet, but they got him at 5'11". Oh, wow. In 2025, had 10 PBUs, fifth in the SEC. He's strong as hell. But he do get a lot of penalties, though. Joseph Satchel says Amon-Ra St. Brown has worked out so far. He fits that mold. They are about the same size. Yeah, for sure. Amon-Ra St. Brown, slot guy, moves around, can run all those freaky routes in the middle of the field. Joseph Satchel says, watch the tape and his video on Whistle. He's a beast. And he's been in the lab. Robert Ducky says they trying to say the Texans have the best defense. They tripping. Texans defense was nasty last year. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it wasn't. It was nasty. Now, I love our defense. Don't get it twisted. I love that Eagles defense. Do not get me wrong. But that Houston defense was legit last year. And I think they're going to be just as good. Pretty Mimi says, do you guys think that Tanner McKee will be traded at some point? Good question. It's a good question. Because Tanner McKee, I've been hearing nothing but rumors about Tanner McKee being moved. Obviously, the Eagles traded for Andy Dalton. And with Tanner McKee entering his last year of his contract, do the Eagles want to lose him for nothing? I don't know. All right, the Raiders just took a safety. All right, the first safety of the board. The first safety is off the board. As a reminder, you guys, the Philadelphia Eagles, their next pick is the 54th overall pick. So we got some time. We're trading Stukes out of Arizona, safety, 6 feet, 190. It says Stukes has outstanding acceleration and closing speed, along with the top end speed to run with anyone. Ball carriers are not going to outrun his angle in the open field. And he has the makeup speed to recover when he misplays or takes a false step. Stooks times his blitz as well and can be disruptive around the line of scrimmage. In coverage, he possesses ball hawking ability and has the skills to make plays on the football. Stooks offers positional versatility. Okay. Physical dude. Word says, do we get Grenard tonight? Hopefully it comes through. Joseph Saxon says Smitty was balling before AJ got here. I like those route runners. They cause problems for a lot of defenses. I agree. That Eagles wide receiver room is deeper. And although Smitty didn't have 1,000-yard season his rookie year, you saw the talent. You saw what he was able to do. Game one. Jalen Hurts' first touchdown pass as a starter went to Devontae Smith. And I mean, you gotta love the way Devontae Smith just kept getting better as the season went on. He should have had over 1,000 yards, but he still broke the rookie record for most receiving yards in the season. The Cleveland Browns pick is in. Remember, Cleveland had an active day one. They drafted the offensive tackle, Spencer Fano, out of Utah, and wide receiver, Casey Concepcion, out of Texas A&M. So they're adjusting their needs while getting talented players. Andrew Tiger. He says, do we trade for Kyle Pitts tonight? Nah, I'd be surprised. I would be surprised. TDK says Denzel Boston to the Browns. Wow, another wide receiver. One thing they telling you right now is they trying to give Shador a fair shot. They are telling you, Shador, we're giving you weapons. Ooh, he's a big dude, too. Denzel Boston, 6'4", 212. Out of Washington. Not really that fast. He ran a 4.6. A 4.6 is not fast at all. Denzel Boston. He kind of looked like Johnny Wilson, don't he? Eric Oldhead says, that's who I thought the Eagles were going to get. You thought the Eagles were going to reach for Denzel Boston? He a big dude. He fixed the archetype. But good catch. We'll see. Wow. A lot of people thought he'd be going sooner. Eric Oldhead says, just for the size, and he's pretty good at the bunch. I mean, I don't want to just draft the guy because he's big. You know what I mean? I want to draft the guy because he's good, too. And he could run the full route tree. And besides, I think what the Eagles are trying to do, they want more out of that receiver position than somebody that's big, right? They want somebody that can really get move around. All right, the Chiefs, who y'all getting? Ooh, edge rush out of Oklahoma. R. Mason Thomas. Let's see. All right, R. Mason Thomas, 6'2", 241. Says Thomas tallied 65 tackles in his career and captured first and second team all SEC honors in his junior and senior seasons. He has sudden movement coming off the edge and can translate speed to power. Thomas has very good top-end speed. And can translate speed to power. Has good top-end speed for a player with his measurements, and his closing speed is one of his best attributes. He has good flexibility to dip and slip under blocks, but his lack of size can hinder his production because it causes issues for him to disengage from bigger linemen. Yeah, 6'2", 241, man. Sheesh. 6'2", 241 is on the smaller side, but effort. That's all you can ask for, effort. Hey, yo, Tiffany, where are you getting it? Tiffany, where are you getting this shit from? Yo, Tiffany is on it. Hey, Tiffany, who you plug, yo? You see her? You see her? She got this shit down pat. Texas A&M, Cassius Howell. Howell made a name for himself after transferring from Bowling Green. He is an explosive and relentless pass rusher who finished second in the SEC with 11.5 sacks last season. He possesses good flexibility to dip and rip as a speed rusher. He can harness speed and power to push the pocket. Howell uses active hands at the line of scrimmage, displaying counter moves to get past offensive tackles. As a run defender, he does a good job shooting gaps and close as well, chasing from the backside. He's also competitive in coverage. Okay. 6'3", 253. All right. Tiffany, you crazy as hell. She said, "I'll just send me a package. I'll tell you." Yo, Tiffany a cop, y'all. Tiffany's a cop. But it's definitely been a run on D-line. 2 edge rushers back to back. TJ Parker was the first one off the board. But so far, 4 D linemen off the board, 2 DBs, 2 wide receivers, one offensive lineman. And here we go, another D lineman, Christian Miller out of Georgia to the Saints. 6'4", 321. Miller plays with power and strength as a run defender. At the point of attack, he shows good balance and core strength, allowing him to stay square and control blocks. Miller has heavy hands, but is more effective working vertically and pushing the pocket than when attacking at angles. On film, he showed the footwork and skill to work off stunts and twists. Though he has the tools to be disruptive, he could play more violently, specifically against double teams. Okay. A lot of D linemen coming off the board, y'all. Edging. So far, we got 3 edge rushers and 2 D tackles off the board. Joseph Satchel says, Tone, do you think Howie takes another trotter? Oh, yeah, is the other trotter boy, he's in this draft class? Josiah, he looks just like his brother. He a sophomore. 6'2", 237. 21 years old. It's probably a day 3 pick, honestly. Probably a day 3 pick. Dank Bergen says, I'm going to be honest. Unless they played in the college football playoff or for the Sooners, I don't know who any of these guys are. Well, look, I'm learning about them today. I'm reading up on a lot of these guys. I'm reading their draft profiles. You know, you learn about you learn about these motherfuckers. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. The Eagles pick is getting here quick. We're already at pick 43. Texan Eagle fan says, I'm hoping we can get Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, the safety from Toledo. We can have our own Legion of Boom. He's a big dude, man. Ain't he like 6'4"? He's like a freak athlete. No way. No stinking way. Uh-oh, the Saints might be trading for Kayvon Thibodeau. No, they did not trade AJ yet. All right, come on. Who's next? Come on. Come on, Miami, down. Make the pick. Matter of fact, where Tiffany at? I need to know. Where Tiffany at? All of a sudden, you ain't got the picks, Tiff. What's up? Oh, here we go. She said Dolphins select linebacker Jacob Rodriguez with the 43rd overall pick. There we go. Okay. Okay. I was just checking your temperature, Tiff. That's all. I was just checking your temperature. Jacob Rodriguez. Let's see what we got. Texas Tech, 6'1", 231. Not a big guy at all. Short, but stocky as hell. Rodriguez originally signed with Virginia as a quarterback before transitioning to linebacker with the Red Raiders. He is a technically sound tackler and does a good job anticipating, diagnosing, and flowing to the football. He competes through blocks, but can get engulfed by interior linemen at times. In zone coverage, he often puts himself in the right position, which led to 4 interceptions last season. Though he has had some coverage busts on tape, says here Rodriguez plays with very active hands, cluttering throwing lanes at the line of scrimmage and punching the ball out. He led the FBS with 7 forced fumbles. He takes the ball away. Instinctual player. That's interesting, man. A guy that can take the ball away. Tiffany, you cooking? You cooking, Tiff? Lions are traded up. You think they go O-line? But he went O-line already. They may go corner. Look at Calvin Johnson. Lions take the edge rusher. Derek Moore. The edge rushers are getting snatched up. Derek Moore out of Michigan, 6'4", 255. Moore led Michigan in sacks with 10. All Big Ten honors in 2025. He primarily wins at the line of scrimmage with the use of speed to power. Moore can straight arm defenders, hold the point of attack, and snatch to disengagement blocks. He primarily uses the dip and rip technique. He needs to develop better use of his hands to further his ability to disengage from blocks. In the backfield, he flashes some closing speed. Moore was more productive against the pass than the run. He also dropped in coverage in his time in Michigan, but it will not be a strong suit of his at the next level. Okay. All right, Baltimore. Lil 64 says our division got a lot more serious. Yeah. That's how I like it, though. That's how I want it. That's how I like it. 100 says, y'all should have been seeing this coming with our division. Oh, for sure, bro. Teams don't stay bad for long. Or teams don't, they're not always bad. At some point, they figure it out. Now, here's the reality. One of those teams ain't going to be as good no matter what they do. Because they just can't get it done. Now, Eagles won the division back-to-back years for the first time in a long time. They got a chance to do it again. But remember, Dallas had no problem putting up offensive production last year. Their problem was defense. Keep that in mind. Dallas was able to move the ball. They didn't have a good defense. So they've invested heavily on defense. I like the players that they brought in. Washington, they need a lot. So it's entirely possible Washington can come in last in the division. But also the Giants, don't think that bringing in Harbaugh just changes the complexion of their team. It doesn't. They still got to put it together. Jackson Dart, another season with him. Teams learn you. And it's going to be important because I don't think Jackson Dart is a long-time man. I think Jackson Dart is going to end up being a career backup, personally. He gives me Gardner Minshew vibes. Remember the first time Gardner Minshew came on the scene? He was exciting at first. But then eventually the league figured him out, and there's a cap on that. I don't think Jackson Dart is their long-term answer at quarterback. I really don't. I think the league is going to show you this year that Jackson Dart he's going to come back down to earth. I'm telling you that. He's going to come back down to earth. No Handle says the rest of the division have had top draft picks for a couple years. At some point, you got to stop being ass. Facts. You are absolutely right. Deng Bergen says he's better than Minshew. Listen, when Minshew first came on the scene, he was. Do you remember those first couple years that Minshew was lighting it up? Minshew had people convinced that he could be a starter. Remember that? And look, I'll put it this way. To your point, Dank, maybe he is better than Minshew, right? Let's just lean with your point. Maybe he is better than Minshew. I still don't think he's a long-term answer. I just don't. I think he's too reckless. And something's off. I'm not buying him as their long-term answer. I'm just not buying him. This is my opinion, though. And honestly, there's nothing special about Jackson Dart either. Nothing at all. According to Tiffany, Tiffany says the Ravens picked Mizzou DN Zion Young. And then right after that, Buccaneers take linebacker Josiah Trotter. Wow, damn, look at me. I didn't see that coming. Yo, is Josiah better than Trotter Jr.? Because Trotter Jr. was like a day 3 pick. Josiah is a 2nd round pick. Is Josiah Trotter that good? No, he called you Tiffany Rossini. Not Tiffany Rossini. No. Let's see, we got Zion Young. 6'6", 262. Woo! That's what you want at the edge. That's what you want. No, seriously. Is Josiah Trotter really that good? Zion Young, first team all SEC. He can serve as a stand-up edge rusher. His best trait is his strength and power at the point of attack combined with his length. Young can also hold at the point of attack against double teams, eventually shutting linemen to make a play on the ball. He is primarily a straight line rusher and struggles to decelerate, change direction, and redirect. So he's a missile. Look at Rondé Barber, the more respected one of the Barbers. Two Missouri players back to back. Josiah Trotter, 6'1", 237. Linebacker, baby. Then he was first team All SEC. I didn't know that. '89 tackles, 6 in the SEC. Woo! Popped him. Yo, they look just alike. That shit is hilarious. It was only second quarter. Sixers ain't down by much. That's crazy. Jeremiah Trotter got 2 sons in the league now. That is so dope. That is so dope. This is a big year for Jeremiah Trotter Jr. too. No, obviously he's not a starter, but you got to find a way to stay in the league, young man. The Steelers pick is in. Wow, Steelers traded up. Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver out of Alabama, 6'1", 206. Bernard led the Crimson Tide in receptions in each of his past 2 seasons. He can line up in a slot, out wide, displays his proficiency to attack zones, and can create separation at the top of his route to get man coverage. Hey, y'all, that Eagles pick is coming up. That Eagles pick is coming up, man. It's so funny. Pittsburgh said, listen, we getting a wide receiver. Forget that. Werv said, what you smashing on? I'm eating some M&M's, bro. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing crazy. Some M&M's. TDK says, why did the Steelers think they needed a wide receiver so bad? They just traded for one and paid 2. Yeah, they traded for Michael Pittman. And they paid both of them. You never know. Listen, one thing I say about the Steelers, they know receivers. Let me see who's still on the board. Let's see. Best available right now. These are the best available players. On the board, Jamal McCoy, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren out of Toledo, Avion Terrell out of Clemson, Anthony Hill Jr. out of Texas, Eli Stowers out of Vanderbilt, tight end, cornerback Brandon Cease, wide receiver Zachariah Branch, Chris Brazell II out of Tennessee, Let's see. Oh, Atlanta just took the corner. Wait, is that AJ Terrell, brother? Is that AJ Terrell's brother? Avion Terrell? That's crazy. And AJ Terrell's good. AJ Terrell is good. That Eagles pick is getting close, y'all. We had pick 48 going on 49, 54 right there. You know what it pissed me off, though? It'd piss me off if Howie Roseman trades back. I'd be pissed if he trades back. You already got 2/3. You don't need to trade back. You got 2/3. Mm. 5'11", 186. AJ Terrell like that. So his brother better be like that because AJ Terrell is like that. Ooh. All right, Tiffany, what you got? Tiffany said the Panthers traded with the Vikings. They're on the clock. The Panthers, they took Monroe Freeland in the first round. Oh, the pick is in. Oh, don't say that, bro. Don't say that. Andrew Tiger says, my gut tells me Howie moves back and picks up another fourth and uses it tomorrow for the greener trade. Nah, bro. Nah. We're not doing that. We're not trading back. We are not doing that. We're not doing that. No. Look at Tiffany, always coming in hot. Tiffany says the Panthers select defensive tackle Lee Hunter with the number 49th overall pick. Tiffany, you having too much fun doing this shit. I'm telling you, you got some kind of ear to the streets. We gonna find out what it is, though. We gonna find out. We're gonna find out what's going on. I don't know who you know. I don't know who you know. I like what the Panthers doing. Build in the trenches. I like what the Panthers are doing. Hey, Werv, I know. I know, bro. Tiffany said, I'm just a girl in love with football. I know that's right. I know that's right. With the 54th pick, Eagles take Jennings Dunker. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is Jennings Dunker? Oh, the offensive tackle out of Iowa? TDK said, I hope not. Thanks for locking in with me too, y'all. I appreciate it. We just sitting here relaxing, watching the draft. You feel me? I'm really thinking about, I know a lot of you guys are really high on that safety out of Toledo. If Howie take him, that'd be so interesting to see. Tiffany Simpson says the Jets select cornerback D'Angelo Pons with the 50th overall pick. Which King says Pons is nice. He just small AF. TDK says no other tight end selected yet. Eagles with options. Yeah, only one tight end's been drafted so far, and that's Quinyon Sadiq. We're almost there, y'all. D'Angelo Pons, quick trigger. Aaron Glenn plays bigger with size. Vikings on the board. Who they getting? Two players out of Indiana. Damn. Then he tore his ACL in January 2025. Damn. Damn. Yeah, if I was a team, I'd stay away from that shit too. Damn, son. I mean, at this point, just based off how everything is looking, observer, I don't think they have to rush to take a tight end. There's clearly not a push for him. Clearly. Eagles are either going safety or O-line. Or maybe, just maybe, Eagles go edge. Vikings take linebacker Jake Golday. Tall, rangy, 6'4", 239, speed over physicality. Woo-wee. We almost there. We almost there. Hey, listen, this Tiffany, do me a favor. When the Eagles pick their person, don't say nothing. I want to be surprised pleasantly. I want to be pleasantly surprised. Don't tell us. I'm serious, Tiffany. Don't tell us. Packers got to go O-line, man. Damn, they lost Elgin Jenkins and let's see. Don't you just hate commercials? Red Zone said the Eagles draft Trent Cole. Dennis Sutton, edge. Oh my God, my dog never shuts up. No, Tiffany, don't charge it. It's over for that. It's over. I don't want you telling me the Eagles pick. If it dies, it dies. No. Andrew Tiger, no. Andrew, don't say that. Just pick a player for once. You don't need to trade. You got 2 third-round picks. You got 2 thirds. You can trade one of those. You don't need to trade here. They don't need to trade here at all. They got 2 thirds. They could trade one of those. They do not need to trade out of the second round. Number 52 pick, Packers select South Carolina corner Brandon Cease. No handle says Brandon Cease is tough. Come on, Philly. It'd be funny if they don't even draft Emmanuel McNeil Warren. That'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious if they don't pick old boy. Tiffany, I swear to God, you better not say a word. Tiffany, you better not say a damn word. I'm telling you right now. Tiffany, I'm serious. Do not say anything. Tiffany, no spoilers. Damn. No spoilers, Tiff. Yo, Philly Jones sound nervous as hell. Oh my God. I said no spoilers. Who is this? Who's Red Zone? Get him the fuck out of here. Get Red Zone the fuck out of here. Oh my God, Pat McAfee. Just fucking make the pick, dog. Ugly ass. Dude look like a thumb. Make the pick. Oh, you ever seen Spy Kids? You ever seen Spy Kids? Don't Pat McAfee look like the thumbs off of Spy Kids? Linebacker, CJ Allen. He could play. That boy, CJ Allen, can play. Tiffany, I know you already know the pick, but I don't want to know it yet. I want to be surprised. So, excuse me if I don't look at the chat right now. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm ignoring spoilers, okay? So I'm not looking at the chat right now until I see it on TV or on my screen. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm ignoring the spoilers. Thank God they made the damn pick. Thought they was going to trade the shit. Here we go. Who they pick? Talk to me. Eli Star Wars tight end. Wow, they went tight end. Oh, they took him. They took a tight end. Oh, wow. You know what's so crazy? Listen, I'm gonna be honest. You know what's so crazy about this shit? I literally kept saying all off season and let me know. All off season, I've been saying you got to get it tight end on day 2. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Remember, I don't know if you guys saw my streams, but I kept saying Howie needs to draft a tight end on day 2. And he gets it. His first pick on day 2, Eli Stowers, had the most receptions amongst tight ends in the SEC. Yo. Man, I'm not mad at this. They are going offense. In this offense.
He also won the very prestigious William B. Campbell Trophy, also known as the Academic Heisman. So he's on his way. The emotions are flowing freely.
They are going offense.
These young men have their dreams realized tonight in round 2 of the NFL draft.
Man. Shit. Remember, they got 2/3, so I won't overreact. How y'all feeling about this? Let me find out about this guy. Let me see. What's his name again? Let me see. Eli Stowers out of Vanderbilt. All right. The second best tight end in the draft class, 6'4", 239. Ran a 4.51, a 45.5 inch vertical. He's fast as shit. He fast. A receiving tight end. It says here, make sure I got this right. It says Eli Stowers is not a traditional inline tight end and probably never will be. His value at the next level is as a pass-catching weapon who wins from detached alignments and forces defenses to account for his speed and ball skills every snap. At 239 pounds with raw technique, asking him to hold up against NFL edge rushers in the run game is a losing proposition right now. He fits best in an offense that uses its tight ends as receivers first, one that moves him around the formation and creates space for him to work the middle of the field and down the seam. The right scheme matters here. Offenses that lean on 12 personnel as passing formations rather than power run looks will get the most out of him early. He can be a genuine mismatch with the slot or from the slot against linebackers who cannot stay with the speed or against safeties who cannot match his length at the catch point. The quarterback instincts from his earlier career show up in how quickly he processes coverage. And that kind of feel is not coachable. What makes Stowers a worthwhile investment is that he has only been playing tight end for 3 seasons. And the growth from year to year has been clear. He went from a part-time contributor at New Mexico State to a Mackey Award winner at Vanderbilt. The receiving traits are already advanced. if a coaching staff is willing to be patient with the blocking development and invest time in the weight room, there's a real ceiling here. The floor is a situational player who stretches the field from day one, and that alone carries value. Listen, man. Listen. Let's really think about this for a second, okay? Let's really think about this. The Philadelphia Eagles needed tight end help. And I, for one, was saying it. I was saying it all off-season that the Philadelphia Eagles need to go tight end on day 2. I was saying it. And lo and behold, that's what they did. Eagles draft Eli Stowers. Eli Stowers, tight end out of Vanderbilt, the consensus number 2 tight end. And he's athletic, he's fast, he can catch the ball, he jumps out the gym, he can run the routes. He's a vertical tight end. He's a flex tight end. You're going to see him lined up in the slot. You're going to see him moved all. Listen, I'm so curious to see 12 personnel with Eli Stowers, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Makai Lemon. This offense, this offense just got really, really athletic. If you pay attention to the moves and the personnel choices, Sean Mannion wants speed and athleticism. And frankly, I'm not going to get mad because I was screaming it all offseason. They need to get a tight end on day 2. They need to get a tight end on day 2. The last tight end they drafted in the second round was Dallas Goedert. Before Dallas Goedert, it was Zach Ertz. So the Philadelphia Eagles don't just reach for tight ends. They study them, they do their research, and they hardly miss when they draft them in the second round. So if they hit on Zach Ertz in the second round, and they were patient, and then they hit on Dallas Goedert in the second round, and were patient again, and now if they hit on Eli Stowers, I can't sit here and criticize the move because I wanted them to draft the tight end early, and they did that. So I like the move because it's a move I called for, and they got the second best tight end in the draft class according to evaluators and scouts. So I'm not upset about the pick. I like the pick because I asked for this. Let me see here. Oh, it's official. It's official. We got him. It's official. We got him. The Philadelphia Eagles. They got edge rusher, Jonathan Grenard. The Vikings get one of our 2026 third-round picks and our 2027 third-round pick. It's official. So Howie Roseman, in theory, and how old is Jonathan Grenard? You spent one. He still has a third-round pick in this draft. Jonathan Grenard is 28 years old. He's a veteran, 6'3", 259. Was drafted by the Texans in the third round. Isn't it ironic? Jonathan Grenard was drafted in the third round, and the Eagles got him for a third-round pick. 2 of them, actually. Now, here's the thing. Jonathan Grenard is coming off of one of his weaker seasons. He was hurt last year, only played 12 games. But in 2023 and 2024, he had back-to-back seasons with double-digit sacks, 12.5 and 12 respectively. 2025 was a down year for him. Can he bounce back? The Philadelphia Eagles trading 2 third-round picks, a 2026 and 2027 third-round pick. Those are some high-value picks and you're hoping Jonathan Grenard can get back to form. Let me see if I can find his injury history. All right, so Jonathan Grenard's injury history says here, well, they don't really have much on him. So he had season-ending shoulder surgery. So it says here, yeah, his season ended with a shoulder surgery. It says the outside linebacker has battled through a shoulder injury, but will undergo surgery after re-aggravating it in Dallas on Sunday Night Football. Quote, it's a pretty standard kind of, let me see here. It says, quote, it's a pretty standard kind of shoulder injury that should allow him to have a pretty routine procedure and be back on his way to being 100% and ready to roll. Okay, so the shoulder injury wasn't anything catastrophic. It was pretty routine, they're saying. He should be back to 100%. Jonathan Grenard was also a captain for the Minnesota Vikings as well. So when you put that in perspective, the Philadelphia Eagles got two athletic guys that can do things in the open field with Makai Lemon at wide receiver and Eli Stowers at tight end. And then they followed it up with trading for edge rusher Jonathan Grenard. I like this. And I think Howie's going to use his third round pick today. He used one in the trade, and I think he keeps the other one. And he kept the high third. Let's go. Oh my God. So Howie Roseman, the 2026 third round pick he sent to the Vikings was a low end third. Low end. He sent them the low end third. The 98th overall. That's the bottom of the third round. The Eagles still have the 68th overall pick, which is the fourth pick in the third round. That's a high pick. Howie Roseman. That's what you do. That's how you do it. He managed to get Jonathan Grenard. He sent them a third round pick for 2027. That's probably going to be a low third round pick. And he sent them a low 2026 third round pick. He sent them two low third round picks because we expect the Eagles to be in the mix in the end. So in theory, he sent them two low end third round picks. He still kept the top end third round pick for 2026, which is basically fourth overall in the third round. I like this move. I like this. And if Howie can get a DB or an O lineman, I'm cool. If he gets a DB or O lineman, I'm cool with that. Wow. Howie vision is in full effect. Full effect, man. And I'm telling you this right now. No, the fuck they didn't. They gave him money too? Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Oh my God. They paid him too? Yo. See, I didn't know what his contract situation was. I didn't know what his contract situation was. Wow. I didn't see that coming. And look, when it comes to the money, I don't really care about it because Howie Roseman always knows what to do with the money. I'm going to be honest with y'all. When it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles and money, I never worry about it. I just don't. I don't care about the money. I never care about the money until I have to care about the money. But you added to your edge rusher room. You secured him at the very least for the next 2 years. And to be honest with you, with the current market for edge rushers, I'm not mad at that money spent. You only guaranteed him the first 2 years. It's all about the guaranteed money, y'all. It's all about the guaranteed money. They gave him $50 million over 2 years. Man, listen, you guys, to be quite honest with you, it's just a 2-year deal. It's a 2-year deal. And if it works out longer than that, it works out longer than that. You got them secured. $25 million for an edge rusher these days is these guys are getting $40+ million. The cap has went up. So when you think about it from that perspective, I mean, I can't really get mad at this. Can't get mad at this at all. Can't get mad at this at all. So on the edge, you got Jalix Hunt, Jonathan Grenard, Nolan Smith. Yeah, you got better there. You got better there. You got Arnold Ebikiti, Joe Tryon Shoyinka. Because when you think about it on defense, they didn't really need much. They didn't really need much on defense. They added another edge rusher. They likely need to go because remember, Howie Roseman, he signed like 2 corner. He signed Rick Woolen and Jonathan Jones in free agency at corner. So you know he wasn't going to reach for a corner, right? On top of that, let me see here. On top of that, you got Andrew McCuba coming back. Right? Andrew McCuba coming back. I think they're going to draft a safety. They got that high 3rd round pick left, so they may go safety, they may go O-line. Who knows? Who knows? Well, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren went to the Browns. That's over with. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren is at the Browns. So y'all can move on from that now. Wow, man. Sheesh. I did not see this coming. So far, I'm good with this draft. Thank you, Ms. Linda Washington, for the super chat. She says, good show, Tone. Glad we're all here watching. I appreciate you. And we got my man Green Wingman with the super chat. He says, watch it be cost effective. Green Wingman, I'm telling you, like, when you think about Jonathan Grenard's contract, it's really not a massive deal. The edge rusher contracts are out of this world. And Howie Roseman knows where he has to spend the money. He knows he got to pay Quinyon at some point. He knows he got to pay Cooper DeJean, Jalen Carter. He's fine. He's fine. I do not worry about the money when it comes to Howie Roseman. Not one bit. All right, where we at in this draft? All right, we still or Martin Klein tight end with the. Okay, here we go. See, you see what I mean now? Look at this. All of a sudden, you're seeing a tight end run. Howie Roseman knocked the first domino down. Howie Roseman got the second best tight end in Eli Stowers out of Vanderbilt, and all of a sudden you saw the Jags go Nate Borkosher out of Texas A&M, and you saw the Houston Texans go Marlon Klein out of Michigan. So Howie Roseman read the board properly. He knew the tight end chess match was about to begin, and he knocked down the first domino. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. The Philadelphia Eagles, so far in this draft, they have come away They have walked away with Makai Lemon, wide receiver out of USC, and Eli Stowers out of Vanderbilt. Remember, Vanderbilt is an SEC school, so that's an SEC player. Makai Lemon, Philadelphia Eagle. Eli Stowers. And the Eagles traded for Jonathan Grenard, sending two low-end third-round picks to the Vikings. Oh, really? Werv says we got the Biletnikoff Best Wide Receiver Award, and Makai Lemon, and the John Mackey Best Tight End Award winner, and Eli Stowers, and traded for Grenard. This might be an A+ draft so far. Oh man, that's crazy. Hey, Marcus, let me know if you want to hop in, bro. Let me know. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Let me know if you want to hop in, coach. You already know how we get down. You already know how we get down, brother. Let me know. Bet. You ain't got to ask me twice. You ain't got to ask me twice, brother. Make sure I smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I appreciate y'all. But Werv, that's crazy. Here we go. Wait, so I'm trying to understand something. The Eagles got the Fred Biletnikoff Award winner for the best wide receiver in college football, and they got the John Mackey Award winner for the best tight end in all of football. The last tight ends to win this award was Tyler Warren, and Brock Bowers won it 2 years in a row. Trey McBride, Kyle Pitts, Harrison Bryant, TJ Hockenson, and Mark Andrews. Yo, this is good company, bro. This is fantastic company. Just based off the college football voters for the awards, the Philadelphia Eagles arguably got the best wide receiver and the best tight end in this draft class. Now, awards don't mean everything, but at the same time, they mean something. They mean something. Makai Lemon, the Fred Biletnikoff Award, and Eli Stowers, the John Mackey Award. Hey, I'm not gonna argue with it. I'm not gonna argue with it at all. Let's see where we at with this. The Tennessee Titans select Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, man. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's keep this thing going. My good brother. You know how we give it up.
What's going on, dude?
Coach, talk to me. How you feeling, man? So far, quick recap. Makai Lemon in the first round, 20th overall pick. Eagles traded up. You and I both saw that happen, right? I want to get your thoughts on that after you had some time to sleep on it. And then tonight, we have the Philadelphia Eagles stay pat in the second round. They draft the tight end out of Vanderbilt, Eli Stowers, the John Mackey Award winner. Now, Quinyon Sadiq was obviously the freak of nature of the draft when it comes to the tight end position. I'm surprised he didn't win that award. I don't know if he didn't play enough games, whatever it may be. But Eli Stowers, to find him at the bottom of the third, at the bottom of the second, and you still have that high third-round pick, and you traded your low-end third-round pick and paired it with the 2027 third-round pick that's likely going to be low-end as well, if the Eagles finish where we expect them to finish, and you brought back Jonathan Grenard, edge rusher, who's coming off of one of his lesser seasons due to injury, had to get shoulder surgery, but the Eagles do their homework when it comes to guys and their health. And apparently the shoulder surgery was pretty standard, pretty traditional, nothing out of the ordinary. And ultimately, they make the trade for him, bring him in, give him a 4-year extension, $50 million guaranteed. The contract's worth $100 million total. Give me your thoughts on what just happened today.
I believe Tiffany mentioned that yesterday about Grenard. So I think we knew that was coming. But I think that's just another piece that they put in there, especially when Phillips out the door. Jalen Phillips out the door. I think he's another person that can come in and pay immediate dividends. But that's just a cherry on top of the cake. Defense is not our problem.
I agree 100%. Which is interesting how they go 2 picks in the first two picks are offense.
Yeah. I like Stowers. Is it Stowers or Stowers? Stowers.
That's a good question. I've been saying Stowers.
Yeah. The dude can jump out the gym.
He's fast too. Ran a 4.51.
He broke a record, a combine record for vertical leap.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah. Ridiculous. So he's one of them guys. Get him in the back of the end zone, throw it up high, and let him dunk with 2 hands. That's all you got to do. My only issue, I was just about to go watch some tape. Can he block?
He's on the smaller side. They said he's only been playing the tight end position for about 3 seasons. He's a quarterback former quarterback turned tight end.
Right.
But he's an athletic freak. Obviously Quinyon Sadiq had a faster 40, but this guy jumps out the gym.
Yeah, I mean, Quinyon Sadiq ran what, a 4.37?
4.39, I think 4.37, something
And
like
what
that.
did he run?
He ran to, let me make sure I got it right here. I don't want to. He ran a 4.51 and with a 1.59 10-yard split.
Is it faster than Goddard?
Let me find out. Dallas Goddard's 40. Let me see.
Well, it's got to be because whatever Dallas Goddard ran in the 40 time, he ain't that fast anymore.
Dallas Goddard was never really fast.
No.
So Dallas Goddard, it says here, during his he didn't run at the combine due to a hamstring, but on his pro day, it's reported that he ran between a 4.67 and a 4.69.
Yeah, we got speed. And I got to take a step back because I don't know. The X factor is still Sean Mannion.
Agreed.
How are we going to use him? Maybe in his offense, we don't have to block. I mean, Kittles can block okay, but Kittles ain't going, stonewall anybody. He's just not that big. So I'm trying to curtail what my expectations are, and you got to hold off until we see what Sean Mannion's philosophy is, what he's trying to do, because this might fit right in line with the style that he's trying to run. So are they putting his pieces on the board? That matters a lot. So I know what I would want. I want a tight end that's got some blocking skills. But again, like I said, with the offensive line, the bar is low because as much as I love Dallas Goddard, there were some plays the last 2 seasons where it's like, bruh, we got to be better than that. Blocking on the line, we have to be better than that. And it cost us like touchdowns. I think we ended up scoring, but it was a situation like on a particular play, like we got stonewalled because our tight ends couldn't block. So the bar is low. So again, they just have to be adequate. They just have to be adequate because it was to the point last year where it was like, bro, we can't. This is embarrassing. That's how bad it was a few times. So as long as we're better than that, I already know the kid is a super athlete. He gonna jump out the gym. We know what we got with Hollywood Brown. We know what we got with Makai Lemon. We good. It's just about, I see the ingredients. I see the groceries on the counter. I just don't know what he cooking. So I'm gonna trust that he gonna make something good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the big, that's the unknown variable right now. And that is a big key before you can kind of say yay or nay and all this kind of stuff. I heard people crashing out about it because they didn't think we should have moved up to get him. And I'm like, listen, did y'all not see that? I talked about this before. Joe Banner. There was an interview you can probably find on YouTube with Joe Banner, and he tells a story of what happened with Russell Wilson. They sat on Russell Wilson thinking that Russ was going to fall to him, and Seattle moved up and got him. And they ain't never waited around for a pick since. If that's the guy, if Makai Lemon is the guy that they wanted, go up and get him. If you can embarrass Pittsburgh in the process, that's a little extra. So
yeah.
How he got his dude. How he got his dude. And I like Lemon. I like his attitude already.
Yeah, I think what I'm overall, I see Howie Roseman loading up young talent on an offense that's going to be totally different in terms of personnel and just the skill set of the personnel. I mean, we're going to see an Eagles offense that we've never seen before in terms of personnel groupings, alignments, maybe route concepts. Eli Stowers right now, he's not going to come out here and block. And I'm not saying he won't be able to learn to do that. But the Eli Stowers pick is like a stock because he's only been playing the position for 3 years, I believe. And the growth he's had every single year at the position based off evaluators has been astronomical. and they feel like he's barely scratched the surface of how good he can be at the position.
Yeah.
But he's shown the constant leaps and bounds. So I think the Eagles see themselves because, and again, the Eagles, they don't just spend high draft capital on tight ends. Remember, I told you this quite a few times. I said I would like the Eagles to draft a tight end as early as day 2 in this draft, and they did that. So I can't personally get mad over what I asked for. Now, obviously, you know, we were hoping for Quinyon SeatGeek as well, but I like the Malik Lemon pick.
Was Delp still available?
Who?
Delp.
Dope.
Was he still available? The other tight end? Because I liked him. I liked him better than Stowers.
Eli Stowers was the second tight end taken off the board after Quinyon SeatGeek. And in the moment the Eagles took Eli Stowers, you started seeing a run on tight ends. So Howie Roseman read the draft board, especially if a tight end was on his mind, because he didn't trade up or trade back. He knew he was taking the tight end, and he read the draft board perfectly, because the moment he took his, all of a sudden you start seeing the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th tight end come off the board.
When's our next pick?
High 3rd round.
Ooh, 68. So we're not far from it.
Exactly. So and they traded the low end 3rd to the Vikings to get Grenard.
Can we get this is just a personal thing with me. I would not mind them at 68 snatching up Lorenzo Styles. I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that. Who's still available at safety?
Let's see.
Or is he gone? Is he gone already?
I didn't see him come off the board.
Nah, he's still on the board. I mean, they got a lot of people ranked above him. But
there's a lot of them ranked above. Sheesh.
Yeah, but that's like personal opinion, though, man. I like him. I like the kid. So, but again, at the end of the day, get a safety.
It's all about value, right? So
get a safety, or you gonna take a chance on the tackle?
Yo, you know what's so crazy? The offensive line run slowed down dramatically.
Big time. Baldy said it. Baldy was like, the replacement is not in this draft.
And the D-line run in this round was crazy. I mean, first half, like, it was edge, D-tackle, edge, D-tackle, edge.
I mean, at this point, man, listen, Howie doing Howie things, man. He done already played the thief already. Mm-hmm. So that happens every year. You know me when it comes to Howie, man. I just put my hands up and it's like, bro, you do you, man. I trust you. You flying this plane. You are flying this plane, man. Just go ahead and do your thing. I have no every time I see a draft and we got other people mad at the move that Howie Roseman made. Ryan Clark was going off.
Oh yeah, he was like he was like, I can't believe how he did what he did.
He was salty.
Oh my goodness, hey, that was hilarious.
They cracked them jokes about, man, ain't nobody Howie Roseman call you, you're not answering the phone. But I just love it that he is just that good. And we got him. Especially, bro. Did you see? I know I'm going off on a little tangent.
No, you good. You good.
Did you see Sean McVay?
Yo,
when they drafted Ty Simpson,
they trying to spin it. You see it? They trying to spin it though.
He was hot.
They trying to spin it though.
But I tell you what. I know can you really call it nepotism? Maybe it's more like favoritism, but Simpson is it Ty Simpson? Ty Simpson?
Yeah, Ty
his
Simpson.
His dad is friends with the GM.
Apparently, Les Snead ran into Ty Simpson's parents at the Rose Bowl and told them, "We're going to draft your son."
Yeah, and that's like
ended up doing it,
bruh.
I don't know how I feel about GMs making making 13th overall pick draft decisions in January or December.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. When you the GM, you can make decisions like that. All I'm saying is your head coach did not like it at all.
McVay was like, yeah, this is their team. So
Bruh, that joker's jaws was clenched so tight it wasn't even funny. And it's like, you know what? I see all of that stuff. And again, every year I am reminded of why we have the best owner GM duo in the league. Period. We don't have to worry about stuff like this. And stuff like this matters. It really matters. And we still, this is becoming a pet peeve of mine with Philadelphia fans. It's like, listen, we still have Ricky Williams syndrome, where if we don't draft who the fandom think we should draft, everybody's crashing out. And I'm like, I had to go back and check this. I was like, I checked 4 or 5 top 25 prospects for the draft. And I had to make sure that whatever information I found, that the article was written at least 3 months ago. And every list I found, the lowest I could find Lemon was like maybe 13.
As far as top prospects.
Out of everybody.
Wow.
He was always in the top 15. Always. So I'm like, most of the ones I saw had him at like 11 or 12. And I'm like, y'all not paying attention because y'all just want to see. When Quinyon Sadiq went off the board, I was like, all right, who's next? Because that was the personal thing. But you got the most outstanding wide receiver in the draft. And by some people's reports, they liked him better than Carnell Tate. The only reason Carnell Tate got drafted early was because Carnell Tate is 6'2". That's it. That's the only knock against Lemon, is he's 5'11". And 5'11" ain't short. 5'11", I beg to differ. 5'11" is not small.
Nah, it's not. It's not. 5'11" is above average height for a man.
Absolutely. Especially when you're looking at, and he got long arms. His wingspan is crazy. So there's some other things, but this is one of those things where, like, we heard all of this stuff about Devontae Smith when we drafted him. Even though he was a Blitnikoff Award winner, and even though he was a Heisman winner, what was the one thing everybody said? He's way too small. And it's like, did y'all not watch the film of Alabama?
Oh no, I'm past that whole like, oh, they too small shit. I'm past that.
It's like, bruh, I played with Mark McMillan from Alabama. Mark McMillan played in the NFL, and he was a 5'8", 170-pound cornerback. And was good. Made the All-Madden team. Like, so don't get caught up. Everybody still get caught up in the check boxes, man. They want the optics to be there. And it's like, did y'all watch the kid play? Did you watch the tape? I know they said 4.51 on his 40 time. Did you watch the kid play? Because he don't look like he run a 4.51. He looked more like a 4.4 flat. He might not take the top off, but I'm telling you, get that joker in his own coverage, get him in the man-to-man. He got loose hips. He can change direction on you. You got to let the kid play.
Yes, sir.
You have to trust the process that Howie Roseman and the crew of the Philadelphia Eagles scout team and research team did their homework. This kid is good. And stop crashing out because it wasn't who you thought we should get.
Exactly.
So we good with that. I think Stowers is going to be good. I like him. Like I said, he is super duper athletic.
And you still have Dallas Goedert in the building to buffer that transition.
So exactly.
He's surrounded by veterans. Dallas Goedert, Johnny Munt, Karen Kakatera.
That's one of the things we've always been able to replenish is the good vets to bring on the crop of young guns coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody heard anything about Tanner McKee?
That came up recently.
Yes.
In the chat. By the
That's
way,
what I'm asking.
by the way, the Cardinals just drafted quarterback Carson Beck, the 65th overall pick.
Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting. That's what I heard. That's what I heard they're going to do. Or so I heard they've done. And again, like I said, Howie Roseman doesn't just draft random tight ends, especially in the second round. Zach Ertz, they drafted in the second round. They were patient and went and got him.
Yeah.
Then they were patient and went and got Dallas Goedert, found him in the second round. And then they were patient again and found Eli Stowers. They're very selective about how they draft tight ends at that high. And they haven't missed yet. They haven't missed yet drafting a tight end that high. So
did you hear the rumor about the Patriots?
No, what's going on?
That was funky. The rumor I heard was they talked about it. What show was I watching? Basically, they were saying it's just basically they were putting out a conspiracy theory that Caleb Lomu is going to be part of the deal for AJ Brown.
Caleb Lomu.
Yeah, the offensive tackle that the Patriots drafted.
They just drafted.
I know. That's the conspiracy theory that he's going to be part of the package for AJ Brown. I don't think that's going to happen, but I thought it was interesting nonetheless.
What?
Because remember, this whole time, how we've been talking about, I want a first round pick.
I'll tell you this though. Sidebar. When it comes to the Jonathan Grenard move, they guaranteed him $50 million, which is basically a 2-year deal. And the edge rusher money is so astronomical. It's in the 40s of million now. It's in the 40s. They got him for 25. And when you think about what Jalen Phillips just got, that 4-year, $120 million, Jonathan Grenard, he's a tick older. He's a couple years older. But I would argue Jonathan Grenard has had more stretches of consistency than Jalen Phillips. I can't hear you, bro. You muted.
Play a hypothetical. If Jalen Phillips would have stayed, what do you think we would have paid him? Would it have been more or less than what Grenard just got?
Well, it would have been more.
Then we good.
That's how I'm looking at it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we good because we gonna good. Theoretically, we should get the same type of production.
Yeah, because Jalen Phillips, what the deal was, how much they guaranteed him? They guaranteed him something crazy. They guaranteed him something nuts. 4 years, 120 million, 80 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Eagles gave Jonathan Grenard. See, I'm saying 100 million. I'm saying 98 million, but let's just say 100 million. They guaranteed him 50. So, I mean, look. Jalen Phillips is 26. Jonathan Grenard is 28. And Jalen Phillips is going to be 27 when the season, by the time the season starts. And Grenard, he's going to be 29 when the season starts.
Well, how we just playing the game? Because let's say Grenard balls out this year. Say he balls out this year.
Mm-hmm.
You think he gonna want to scratch that second year and go for his? Go try to get a bag?
Who knows? I mean,
I don't know. My point is the possibility exists.
Yeah, it does.
The possibility exists. And it'll take the money back off the books, depending on how he would do it. But obviously, he's going to do it to try to make it beneficial for the team. So, I think that's just another fleece lesson from Howie Roseman. I think he just I think we in one of these scenarios, man, where it just doesn't seem like it now. But give it a minute.
Yeah.
Give it a
The
minute.
thing is, like you say it all the time, Howie Roseman has done far more than earn our trust. Far more than earn our trust. Like,
Facts.
I don't think he's made any move over the past 2 nights or past 2 evenings that set him back or put him in a or looked forced or looked desperate.
Right.
On top of that, I'll be honest with you. When it comes to the money, I don't even worry about Howie Roseman.
Nah.
I trust Howie Roseman to put the money in the right places at all times.
Bro, you got it, man. I know you're gonna pay your taxes. I know if you cash the checks, you're gonna submit them. So
and I also trust Howie Roseman's ability to know I trust his ability to know where the money is supposed to go.
right.
It's a lot of GMs that misread the market. It's a lot of GMs that that overvalue certain guys or don't know how to value certain guys.
Absolutely.
Howie Roseman,
It's a lot of GMs that just aren't good at their jobs.
they're just not good at their job. It's been a long time since I felt like Howie Roseman misread or undervalued or overvalued somebody. It's been a while. Now the Eagles on the board. What do you think? What do you think he's taking?
We on the board again?
Yeah, I told you it's a high 4. I mean high 3rd. The 4th pick in the 3rd round.
That happened quick. I'm gonna say we're gonna try to get a safety. I don't know who, but I'll take a safety in the 3rd round. That works for me.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too.
So, is the pick in yet?
Let me see.
I'm still seeing Raiders on television. So.
Yeah, I'm still seeing Raiders as well. But the chat gonna tell us something at some point. The chat gonna tell us something. But they're definitely gonna the pick is in. The pick is in.
Damn, I'm looking for my sound effect. I ain't got it.
Oh yeah, because oh man. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, I'm looking at television. They still talking about Carson Beck.
Let me see here. I'm not saying anything yet. They just go to commercial? They sure did.
Did they?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who was the dude
Eagles,
on Twitter?
I'm seeing O-line here. I'm seeing the Eagles took offensive lineman Markel Bell out of Miami.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing.
That makes sense to me.
That's what I'm seeing here.
What position? Tackle or inside?
Let me double check here.
That's that 6'9" dude. That's that lumberjack. Damn, Paul Bunyan.
Miami, Markel Bell, 6'9", 346. Sheesh. Damn. Hi ho, Silver.
6'9". Good gosh.
There's no way he's a guard. Somebody said he's a big guard. Yeah, okay. That's a tackle.
That joker is a wall, bro.
That's a wall. 6'9", 346.
The biggest dude I ever been around. My first year over in the World League, when I was that first year over in Scotland, we had a dude from the Bengals. I can't even remember his name. I just remember this dude was like 6'6", 6'7", 405. We were walking down the street and it was like we was parting the Red Sea because over there they had never seen nobody that big before.
Woo. 6'9", 346 is crazy.
That's ridiculous, man.
They're honestly, this is all they're betting on traits with this guy.
Yeah.
For the past 2 seasons, he started 21 games over the past 2 seasons at Miami. So he's been a starter. This is a big dude.
That's somebody that's gonna open up them zone reads. That's what that is.
When you think about Jennings Dunker, who's 6'5", 319, and do you think about this dude, 6'9", 346?
Oh my God, that's huge, man. That's ridiculous.
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
Shit, we might have to draft another damn quarterback because Jalen ain't gonna be able to see over the line of scrimmage.
And they still got Highland Pierce on the roster, that super tall, super athletic tackle out of Rutgers.
Yep.
They got bodies that they can find something out of. They still got Cameron Williams on the roster, Miles Hinton, Drew Kendall. You have prospects that you can literally freaking develop.
Yeah. But given our past history, especially on the line, it's good to have extras because there's no guarantee what Cam Jurgens is going to do. There's no guarantee about Landon Dickerson, and there's damn sure no guarantee that Lane Johnson's going to be able to stay on the field at a regular clip. We're hoping.
This is crazy.
We're hoping. So we'll see. What's Westbrook doing over up there, man?
Y'all met him in person, man. He is small.
Yeah, he could do. I met up with him. I took a picture with him. I was at an NFL health thing. It was like former players can go and you can get free health screening and stuff like that. We had to go to Philly, but I met up with him down there.
Wait, listen to this. This dude only allowed 2 sacks and over 1,000 offensive snaps.
Oof.
Only 7 penalties on 1,006 offensive snaps.
Bro, we got some stalwarts, man. Only allowed 2 sacks, and then you got Makai that only dropped 4 passes in his career.
400 in 2024, 4 sacks allowed and 520 snaps.
It's crazy.
This dude is crazy. So far, all these so far their first 3 draft picks have all been on offense, but it speaks to how much they've invested on defense the past several drafts.
Absolutely.
When you think about the last several drafts, they went defense in the first round. What, 3 years in a row? Jordan Davis in the first round, Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith in the first round. Quinyon Mitchell in the first and followed it up with Cooper DeJean in the second. Jalen Hunt in the third. Andrew McCuba, I believe, is a 2nd-round pick.
We in good shape, bro.
I mean, they've really invested on the defensive side for the past in the past few years. So now it looks like Howie's investing on the offensive side in the long term because the offensive side is where most of the money is. So now it seems like he's trying to swing that pendulum the other way because he just paid Jordan Davis. He just gave Bernard that money. He know he's going to have to pay Jalen Carter, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, right? Maybe Jalen Hunt. It all depends. And you're going to trade A.J. Brown, right? You're trying to get younger because you're going to lose Lane Johnson after a little while. Who knows how long?
Last year.
Who knows how long Landon Dickerson plays? So eventually, those big contracts on the offensive side are going to start to fall off little by little.
He set it up.
The Lane Johnson contract is going to fall off. The Landon Dickerson contract is going to be going in about 2 years.
Yep. And don't forget, over the next 2 years, the salary cap is going to continue to go up.
Exactly, and you're going to re-up Smitty.
Yeah, for sure.
Dallas Goedert is not going to be here next year.
And here's the thing, though. So let's just assume, right, that Dontavian Wicks, Hollywood Brown, Elijah Moore, Darius Cooper, Makai Lemon, one of those guys is going to pan out. That's I can go ahead and assume that. I don't know how good they're going to be, but one of those guys is going to be a good receiver. It doesn't necessarily have to be Lemon. We see stuff like that all the time. They all world in college, and then lift like Tarzan, play like Jane, that sort of thing. So, but the odds are in our favor that we got a good one, and not for nothing, I think we are a little bit too quick to not talk about enough of Dontavian Wicks because he is looking for his bag. He is looking for his opportunity because he didn't get it in Green Bay. It wasn't his time yet. It wasn't his time. He still had some things to work on. He was good, but not great. He had he dropped some balls, and so now he's in a new environment. And he's in a new environment with somebody familiar. So this is in his benefit. So I'm thinking Wicks, he might end up being a play. It might end up being Wicks, Lemon, and Smitty.
And look, the Wicks, it gets overlooked, but Wicks is not small.
No.
Wicks is 6'1", 206. Smitty is 6 feet, 175, 180, soaking wet. And Makai Lemon is like 192, 195, 5'11. So Dontavian Wicks, he's not a small dude, and he's fast as hell. He's twitchy. And over the past few seasons, he's shown an ability to get in the end zone, averages double-digit yards of reception. He's been a big play guy for them. And for the most, and last year he missed 3 games for whatever reason. So this is going to be a really interesting situation for Jalen Hurts. Smitty is the OG in the room.
Yes.
And Dontavian Wicks is probably the most astute of what's going to be asked of them right now. So like you said, you've been saying it all offseason that he has the edge.
Yeah.
And you got the first round talent. And Makai Lemon. And you still got guys like Hollywood Brown and Elijah Moore that are going to push as well.
I think everybody's positioning it like it's got to be a 1-to-1 replacement of AJ Brown,
and it doesn't.
It doesn't. It would be nice if it is, but it doesn't have to be. We just need somebody that's going to be good. We just need somebody that's going to demand the attention of the other side of the field from Smitty. Smitty can still be the main guy. Smitty can still be the guy that they roll a safety over to and double team. Ain't no problem with that. That means somebody else has got to be open, and that somebody else has got to be ready to play.
Exactly.
So, but when you got a first round pick at wide receiver, he better be that guy.
Yeah.
And I just thought about this. This just popped in my head. Now, do you think that Jalen Hurts is going to be, him and Smitty are going to be calling their own plays?
No.
Right. So that means, for good or worse, Jalen Hurts is going to be on script a lot more. A lot more. This is, if you are a Jalen Hurts fan or if you are a Jalen Hurts hater, you are in the perfect situation. The perfect situation. If you are a Jalen Hurts lover, that means that you want to see him with a good offensive coordinator, got some new pieces on the puzzle, and we believe that Jalen Hurts is going to do what he's been doing. He's going to master this offense, and he's going to ball out, and he's going to do some things that we haven't seen. He's going to get to the unexpected. Hey, we're not used to seeing that. Glad we can see it now. If you are a Jalen Hurts hater, if he's not thriving in this new offense, what is everybody going to say? He can't get it done. bring back that he still can't read defenses. He can't pick it up. He's just not quite there. And that'll be a fair assessment. And you already know Howie Roseman's going to be looking to draft his replacement. So the haters get what they want. You didn't like Jalen Hurts anyways. So now it might be a possibility that he's out. Now, the other side of that, it's a little iffy because I don't want to see that because that means whoever you bringing in, you got big shoes to fill.
Big shoes. I don't care how you feel about Jalen Hurts. You have that's Super Bowl MVP.
Dude, the dude that you didn't like took us to the game twice. And the time we lost it wasn't his fault. So,
no.
So it looks good on both sides of the table. And if you are a Jalen Hurts hater and he balls out this year, you're going to be converted, whether you like it or not.
I think he has a prime opportunity to ball this year because, listen, a guy like A.J. Brown, as much as I love him, he comes with a lot. And when he's out there, you saw them trying to force feed him the ball many times last year, especially when they felt like they wasn't giving him the ball enough. And it just they started losing those games.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And I don't think Jalen Hurts wants to force feed the ball to anybody.
Nah, he gotta I think he'll take his time. He understands the process because remember, he got to explain it to everybody. So he's got to be the first one to master it. So, like I've said before, I would imagine that him and Sean Mannion been having many conversations. A lot. So he'll be good. Damn it. Sixers down by 6 with 25 seconds left.
Yeah, I know. I just saw it. That's over with.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'm getting
the
scores.
It's going to be over with. I mean, look, 25 seconds. Tatum just hit a dagger. Yeah. That's, I don't really see it.
All right. So, well, listen, man, I got to bounce, brother.
No, you are good, big dog, man. I appreciate you for locking in with the kid. I appreciate you.
For sure. Always.
Make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure you guys are locking in. Pro Fan Talk is doing a fantastic job. Go lock in on Pro Fan Talk. Coach Marcus does great work. Y'all know how we give it up here. So, Marcus, listen, man. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here either because the Philadelphia Eagles looks like they're probably done for the day. And then, I don't see Howie Roseman trading back up. I don't see that happening. I think Howie Roseman did what he was going to do. And now it's on to day 3 because he has, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check this before you go. I think he has 2 4s, a 6, and a 7. Let me double check it. Okay, so he has a 4. I'm sorry, he has a 5, a 6, and a 7. He has a 5, a 6, and a 7.
Why do the Vikings have 3 more picks in this round?
Well, they got one of them from us.
Okay. I was like, damn, they got a lot of picks.
They got one of them from us. And, I mean, we knew the Eagles wasn't drafting 9 players, so now they're down to 6 picks. 3 picks left. They made 3 total, all on offense.
That's the other thing, man. How we got to get rid of that cash, man.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to keep them picks.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to keep them picks. Because remember, man, if you get first-round picks, second-round picks, you got to pay them. So, but all right, brother, make sure you have yourself a good weekend this week.
For sure, man. We'll talk. I'll see you on Tuesday.
For sure.
All right, my guy.
You got it, brother.
Man, make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure you guys lock in on my guy, Coach Marcus. Like I said, he does phenomenal work. Let's see where we at. Because I'm probably to get out of here myself, man. I've been live for almost 3 hours, and I think pretty much those are the picks. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. If I'm being honest, I don't see Howie Roseman trading back up. He doesn't really have much to bargain with. It doesn't make much sense. So, yeah. Let me see what happens here. Yeah. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I'm about to get out of here, man. I really do appreciate y'all. We got a lot done today. Just to recap, Makai Lemon drafted 20th overall in the first round to your Philadelphia Eagles. And then the Philadelphia Eagles followed it up, drafting Eli Stowers in the second round. Tight end out of Vanderbilt. Remind you, Makai Lemon is the Fred Belendikoff Award winner for the most outstanding receiver in college football in 2025, and Eli Stowers won the John Mackey Award for the most outstanding tight end in the 2025 season. SEC tight end out of Vanderbilt, and then they followed that up drafting Markel Bell, the behemoth, the Titan, 6'9", 346 pounds of a man out of Miami in the third round, offensive tackle. 2-year starter at Miami. Dude does not give up sacks. So they did add also Jonathan Grenard via trade. Jonathan Grenard via trade. The Eagles traded 2 third-round picks to the Vikings, a 2026 third-round pick and the 2027 third-round pick. Both of them are going to be low-end. And you added Jonathan Grenard to your edge rusher group. They gave him a 4-year contract worth up to $100 million, $50 million in total guarantees. Essentially, it's a 2-year deal with a $25 million annual salary. So I like what the Philadelphia Eagles have done today. I don't feel like Howie Roseman reached. I don't feel like Howie Roseman made any desperate moves. So far, you got 2 young guys at the skill positions. You got a young offensive lineman you're developing. And on top of that, you got a veteran edge rusher that knows what he's doing out there, added to that already stout defense. I like it so far, you guys. And there you have it. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. I'll be your humble host. This has been day 2 of the NFL Draft. And guess what? If the Philadelphia Eagles trade back up into this thing, you know what I'm going to do. I'm back on live, baby. And I'm going to give you guys another live stream later on where we're going to recap these picks in detail without the pressure of all these picks happening in front of our face. So most likely if the Eagles trade back up or whatever may have you, I'm going to go live again after the fact. But this NFL Draft live stream of day 2 is over with. Again, I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II. You guys have been locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.